All right, I'll just wait for a few people to come in before I do an intro. Hi, Dimitri. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Eugene. Hi, Frederick. Oh, my door's just shut. Just give me one moment while I open it for the cat. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'll just go. Welcome, here we are again, a month later. A month goes so quickly. What happens? Amazing. And yet, it still is just what it is. And what I'm talking about is the most obvious, most simple. It's so obvious and so simple. And yet, hi. And yet, we've made it so complicated. And it's just so simple. It's just what is. That's all there is. It's just what is. And whatever roundabout we go on, trying to work out what else is, it's still what is. It makes no difference at all what you do. You never move out of what is. And yet we're so desperately seeking what's not. It's incredible. And I get it. For those who are seeking for what's not. There's this idea that something has to happen. Well, who said? Who said that? Is it true? There's no proof. But the only thing that is obvious is just sitting in a room or wherever you are. That's it. That's it. And it's not just what is, it is everything that what is. The just is a bit sort of like, it's just, as if it's like measly. It's not measly, it's like the whole of creation is here. As you, as me, as this space, as everything. And yet, for some reason, the mind says, no, it can't be. It can't be. It's like, well, we're intelligent, right? We're intelligent. It doesn't take much to realize that it's only ever been what is. It's only ever been that. Has it ever been anything else? But why do we believe that it's not? Why do we believe that there's some sort of magical thing going to happen any moment so that I can find what is? It's just like insanity. And we just believe all this stuff. Nothing has to happen for you to be you. It's all these concepts and things about, no, you got to drop away. You're not real, or there's a you and there's a no you, and there's a higher you and a lower you and a this and a that. And they're like, there's just sitting in a room. There's just sitting in a room. Regardless, doesn't matter what you think about yourself. It makes no difference. Oh yeah, but I'm still a me. I still feel like a me. It's like, and what? And what? Who says that's wrong? Who says that's right? It just is. It's perfect. It's complete. It's done. The job's done. It never started. It never ended. The job never started. We all think, oh, I've been seeking for 20 years. Like, no, you haven't. You just think you have. You haven't been seeking at all. It's just been in a sort of a story of, I've got to seek what's not. I've got to seek what's not. And, but they know that it's, they know that it's what is, but I don't know it's what is. So I've got to find it, because for me, it's what's not. It's just like, look at your life. Look at your life right here, right now. It's done. You are, whatever that means. You're sitting in a room. I don't like to use big words because they just feed the belief that there's something else. Quite wonderful, quite wonderful. Okay, if anybody wants to pop on, I'm gonna keep it brief unless no one does, and I'll just keep talking, I guess. Oh God, it is really funny. It is really funny. Searching for what is hilarious. I mean, when you really think about it. No, it's very serious business, very serious business. I'm glad somebody finds it funny. It's like some sort of weird irony, some weird sort of mind trick. Spiritual seeking is searching for what is, unless you're kind of after angels and stuff, unless you're after that, whatever. I don't really. If angels appear, I mean, there's no rules to the game. Anything can happen. I mean, look at the thoughts we have. Oh my God. Anything can pop up. Batshit crazy stuff. Look at the dreams we have. Look at the life we have. Being alive is just. How did that happen? Yeah, we got the nice story, mum and dad had a baby, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't account for everything being. It doesn't account for it. It's just a story. It's like the story of like, oh, something happened growing up and you lost paradise and and blah, blah, blah. No, you never lost it. You never lost it at all. It's always here. And not even as paradise, it just is. Because when we think of paradise, then we're thinking of, I don't know, what bliss. It's not always blissful, is it? Sometimes it's tedious. And so we gauge everything by these concepts, by these ideas, like, oh, it's tedious, therefore I'm further away from what is. No, you're never further away. You can't be away from what is, because you are what is what is. You are it already. You can't be further away from it. No realization has to take place for this to be. Nothing has to happen for this to be, ever. People say, oh yeah, but you had the realization. Yeah, I had that realization. It's just so horribly obvious and simple. But I know the mind, it's like, well, it's just not good enough. You know, there's always greener grass. Sure, as an appearance, yeah, but not for what is. Because even if you get to the greener grass, it's like, well, it's still what is. And it's not green for very long, is it? Let's face it. We're never satisfied with appearances. We're always looking for a better appearance. And that's fine, but it's never going to bring you to life being in its totality, in its mystery, in its magnificence, in its elegant intelligence, right here, always. It never stops. It's relentless. It never ends. It's relentlessly happening, you may have noticed. So I don't hold any golden carrots, tantalizing snippets of promises, because where would they be? They'd only be in the imagination. It'd just be an invisible carrot dangling, tempting you to something that isn't. And it's just not true, because here it is. You know, and I've seen it over and over again back in the day when I used to actually meet physically people. I'd see people like trying to convince me that they've lost a bit of their me, you know, like some sort of little kind of trophy. But then they, you know, 2 months later or so, they say, "Oh, it's back." I'm like, it neither left or came. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's a belief. I don't know whether I'm a me or a no me or a duck or a hologram, or it's just irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Those are personal things. So those are aggrandizements of the person, of one's position in the greater scheme of things. There is no position in the greater scheme of things. There is only what is, which is the only thing. How can I be more here than anyone else? It's an absurdity. There are no those who have and haven't got it. You can't get it because you are it. Yes, it is brilliant and elegant. It's so brilliant and elegant. Oh my God. It is so ridiculous, seems so simple. Yet we're still here, my God. Well, you know, I've got people who come to my talks who really just don't need to be there. They just come because it's just a juicy subject. That's the only reason I talk about it, because it's fascinating, fascinating subject, which is hilarious because it's not really a subject. I mean, just what is not a subject. It just is. And it's the most beautiful thing because there's no words for it. There's no knowledge about it. You don't know. I don't know where this is arriving from. But when you go into a story about where it's arriving from, it just becomes dead. It's like dead, isn't it? I used to do Facebook a long time ago now. And I used to belong to a few groups, you know, and everybody's arguing about what is. And what can you really argue about? What is there to take a position on? I mean, really, what position would you take on it? Unless it's philosophical. And, you know, I love this philosophical debate. I do. But we're not talking about that here, because that's just part of what is. The philosophical debates is just, they're just fun, aren't they? They're fun. And I think that's why people do laugh, you know. I think people laugh because it's just so absurd. In a beautiful way. It's like a beautiful absurdity. I read a beautiful line in a book about laughter. It was a book about this guy this alien who was pretending to be a human. Anyway, he said, humor is when truth hits a lie. It becomes an absurdity. Lisa, there was never a me, but there is the illusion of separation, isn't it? You see, I just wouldn't bother with it. I wouldn't bother with any of that stuff. It just becomes a problem when you think there's an illusion of separation. If that's not there, if that belief and that concept isn't there, there's no separation. There's no illusion of separation. There is no separation. There's just the idea that I have an illusion of separation. There's no separation. There's no illusion of separation. It just is. It just is what it is. Even if you think you have an illusion, well, that's just what is as well. There's no getting away from it. And then we seek for what's not. And it doesn't exist. Just doesn't exist. But I mean, before we got onto the idea that there was an illusion of separation, was there an illusion of separation? Or did you take it on board as a idea, a teaching before that? Apparently doesn't mean anything. It's just what is apparent. How do we know it's apparent? What do we know about anything? Really? When people say apparent, it's just like, you know, it's a learnt phrase. It's learnt. It just is. Here we are with everything happening. Is it apparent? Who cares? What does it matter? Then we have to try and find the apparent. We have to find this mystery behind the word apparent. It just is. What it is, nobody knows. Is it apparent? Who knows? What happens? We get into all this learnt language. That's not a criticism. I used to have a lot of learnt language. Even as a speaker, I had learnt language. Yeah, I had to backtrack somewhat, which was interesting. It's amazing when you don't dangle a carrot, even a carrot of a parent. Oh my God, people don't like it. They don't like it. They want the carrot. They like it. Gives them hope that there's somehow one day they're going to be what is when they really already are what is. So before one come across the idea there's an illusion of separation, was there an illusion of separation? Was there anything like that? Or is it learned? Only you can answer it, in the end. I don't know. Finished. I'm sorry, I don't understand what these one words are referring to particularly. Maybe a little bit more juice would be good. I don't know how to respond to one words. This life that we seem to find ourselves in really is beyond any words at all. We can have fun adding words to it, playing with it, being poetical about it, all that. But when it comes to it, no words are adequate for the whole of the entirety of life, which is happening right here, right here. If it's not happening right here, then where is it happening? Where? The idea of time, maybe? I don't know about you, but I've never lived in any other place apart from right here. It's the only place that has ever been, ever. Oh, and when I start, I meant to tell people, to ask people for a donation. I completely forgot. I think there's a link on Nothing FM. So if you'd like to throw me a cup of coffee, that would be great. And thank you for those who did donate from the last time as well. Thank you. Oh, there's a hand up. Hey.
Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
I'm Eligio. I think we talked before.
Yes.
Um, uh, uh, so when you look at me, you recognize an individual over here.
I don't need to recognize an individual. I'm just looking at you.
You don't think about whether I'm here or not.
No.
What do you feel like? Do you feel like energy from this?
I'm just talking to you.
Just talking. No
Yeah.
thinking about. No thinking about this conversation that's happening to me.
No.
But yet you also, I feel like you recognize the individual more than other speakers. Is that a true statement?
Well, I recognize that you're not this person down here. Yeah.
Okay. What do you mean, this person?
I mean, I don't see you like a can of Coke or anything. I see you as a human being who has feelings and thoughts and has a life. Yeah.
Okay. So you do seem like a human being.
Yeah, of course. You are a human
Primary.
being, right?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to. That's what
You're
I'm trying to
human
figure out.
shaped. You're human
Yeah.
shaped. You're not a cat.
Yeah, but they tell me it could be an appearance only.
Could
It could not
be,
be.
but then again, it could not be. Who knows? Maybe it's
That's
bigger. Maybe it's deeper. Maybe it's wilder.
that's true.
Yeah.
So,
Why narrow it down to
yeah,
an appearance?
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just curious how you see the world is all. And so would you say you primarily see me as a person first and then as energy,
I
perhaps?
don't think
Or
about
you
it. I
don't
don't
think
think
about it?
about it. No,
Okay. So it
no.
depends on what level I ask you questions on, I guess, is the way you would answer. If I ask
Yeah,
you,
I just respond.
okay, okay. I may have another
Yeah.
question, but
Sorry?
I may have another question later.
That's fine. Well, no one else is
Yeah,
putting their hands up, so you're very welcome to continue.
I will. I'm just trying to not take up any other person's time. And
I don't see any other yellow hands, so it's okay.
yeah, yeah. Because okay. Let me ask you this question: should I not listen to maybe other speakers that are more hardcore about it, that tell you nothing's happening, you're not here, that's it. You're not here, nothing's happening, that's it. Anything else is a
Well,
waste of time.
I wouldn't tell anybody what to do because they might be right.
Yeah,
But so then
yeah,
again, the priest might be right.
yeah.
Who
I
knows?
doubt.
I
I
mean,
really doubt it.
you only have your own discernment.
Correct.
And I would always encourage people to challenge their own discernment, to see
Yeah,
it,
that's
to see it in your own experience, and not just blindly believe something out
yeah,
of whatever.
yeah, yeah. Because I can't trust my own discernment because it's my own filter. I cannot trust it. I know I cannot trust my own filter. I know I cannot trust it. But
Well, you have to
sometimes
see it. You have to see it in your own living experience.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Trust
And
your
I do see.
intuition. Your intuition
Hmm.
is what they're
Yeah,
saying ring true for me because there's only you. There's only you here.
right. Yeah, yeah. Anybody else is just part of my dream, right? Is that what you're saying?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly,
Possibly,
yeah.
yeah. Possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
But in your experience, there's only your world, and
yes,
because there's only your world, you're the only one here that has any discernment.
correct. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Because you could be a character in my dream right now.
I could well be. I could be a character in my own dream too.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
In the end, we
Okay.
don't know, but
Okay.
if we blindly follow because it sounds good, and I don't trust my own discernment, that means you're it. You're it.
Yeah.
Really deep down, you know. I mean, you
Yeah.
know very well that you're sitting in a room. You might not know what it means to be sitting in a room, but nobody does, you see.
Right.
If people did, we wouldn't have a million different answers for that idea.
Yeah. And we can't go more than that, can we? We can't go further than that. Anything else is just a story.
Everything else is just a story. But the beauty of there being no stories about it is sublime. It's sublime. It's
Okay. I'm
not as
gonna
an experience, not as an experience.
I'm gonna have to look up that word, sublime.
Sublime.
I'm a note taker. Can you tell?
It's a great word.
I'm a note taker.
Oh
It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, nice.
It's ridiculous. I know. It's
No,
ridiculous.
it
I know.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's only you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be talking again.
Sure. Could anything be done with the traumatic thoughts from the past, or are we just helpless with it? I think there's hundreds of things that could be done. I mean, in the end, it's your life, no matter what non-duality says. It's your life. If you feel like you need to deal with those stuff, then find the best way to deal with it. I mean, I'm not a one that I'm not into being helpless. I'm not that character. I just won't sit there helplessly, with a bleeding finger and go, oh, well, there's nothing to do about it. I'll just let the finger bleed out. I'm not that kind of character. So I wouldn't say be helpless. I mean, that's just, I don't know. I wouldn't advocate that. But I don't know what the answer is because I'm not skilled with dealing with anything psychological at all. So orange. The sublime is like the ineffable. Fundamentally, there is no freedom because you're already free. Everything's already free. Here it is being free in every single way, in every single nuance, every single atom, molecule. Everything is freely being what it is. But with the helpless thing, I mean, if someone said to you, I'm really thirsty, what would you say to them? Would you say, well, there's nothing you can do about it. It's hopeless. I had trauma growing up, but I dealt with it a long time ago. And I dealt with it in such a peculiar way that is probably really unhelpful for most people. I dealt with it by not believing it. And so I dealt with it. It took me a long time. In the end, I realized it was just nonsense. It was just nonsense. It was just all made up. But, I don't know if that's for everybody. That's not what a psychologist would recommend, probably. Eugene?
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Good. They couldn't hear me last time, so I was just wondering.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I'm wondering, there's no dropping of the me. Is that also an illusion too?
Well, there is only just what is.
Okay. Because I think people come to this because, and I mean, if I'm talking about myself, I just want to feel different than what I do when I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When I'm
Yeah.
thinking, why am I aggressive towards this person when I have no reason to be, but I can't figure it out?
Mm.
Or any other things, or why do I feel this way when I don't really know why I feel this way? And I'm coming to this because if I realize that this isn't me, it's like watching a movie. It doesn't matter what the character does. So
The
I'm
character
trying,
will do what the character does until it doesn't.
what'd you say again?
The character will do what the character will do until it doesn't.
Right. But it doesn't really matter what the character does in the, even before trying to, even all this seeking is it too.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
all this uncomfortableness, because I don't think we like to, I don't hear that much about this uncomfortableness, that this is it too. That even the searching and even the struggling is it too until it's not.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It has to be. It can only be whatever is.
Okay.
Ever.
Right. And there's no real difference between this being this and the dropping of that.
No.
Just the
Wouldn't
same.
make any difference.
No.
Wouldn't make any difference at all. And it's
Okay.
not that the me drops. It's just seeing that there's only just what is.
Okay.
And
And
it's
what
free.
is,
And it's
and what
free.
is-
And it's free.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fundamentally, as people, we're either like, you see, I can see by your face that you're a good person, and you probably hate being angry. None of us like being angry and all that sort of stuff. And it's just the stuff that goes on, we've got underlying beliefs or blah, 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 blah. But it's not a measure. It's not a measure of where you're at, because you're always this.
Right.
It's not
Even
a
if
judgment.
I'm measuring it.
Even if you're measuring it, if you're screaming your head off and being a complete dick,
Right.
it's still the same. It's not a measurement of how far or close or further away you are from anything. You are still the expression happening.
Exactly. Even the suffering of the me thinking I'm not at the place I'm supposed to be is it.
It is. And ironically, when that's kind of like seen and often accompanied with a bit of hilarity, it usually relieves it.
Exactly. I haven't reached the hilarity point yet. It's hard for me to laugh at this because I think this
it's also serious. Yeah.
it's the worst hobby in the world.
Yeah, because it doesn't get you anywhere. But
No.
I mean, nothing is ever going to get you anywhere. Ever.
No. Well, if it was a practical thing, I think people who do their hobbies, when they're really into doing something and they're not there, I mean, it happens in everyday life when you're driving and you don't think about it.
Yeah.
But, when people at your meetings, when they say, oh, the me comes back, it's when they don't feel good. That's,
that's just an assumption.
Right. It's centered on, I don't feel good. But if they had something to do at the time and they weren't thinking, like, I don't know, like knitting or something like that, they wouldn't be thinking about this doesn't feel good. It's just like 1, 2, 3, or playing the guitar or something like music.
Yeah. Yeah, because people think, oh, well, they blame everything on this thing called the me.
All right.
But, when you were a kid and you were triggered as a kid, you didn't blame it on the me, did you? We just got triggered.
Right.
And just, blow up at your parents or whatever.
Exactly. Well, when you're a kid, you don't know. And all these conditioning is laid upon you. Oh, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't wear these clothes when we're going to church. You have to wear these clothes. And
yeah, sure.
And those type. But that's it too. All that screwed up upbringing.
It's amazing. But I understand there is a need for relief. I do understand that. But ironically, when you can see through the bullshit, there's a relief.
Exactly.
When you get annoyed and you start judging it.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, hang on. Yeah, you just see through. You can just see through it.
Right.
You can just see through it.
Yeah, I mean, going in high school, I was always envious of the people who were goths and punk rockers, and they they dressed like how they wanted to be and they were how they wanted to be. And I was always envious of how they express themselves, and I always try to conform. I think
Yeah,
it's the beliefs, like, kids believing in Santa Claus. It's
yeah,
and finding out that there is no Santa Claus.
yeah. That's what you find out with this. You find out there is no me,
Exactly.
and there is no no me.
Right.
There's neither. There's just you sitting in a room. That's not a me with a capital M and a big weight on top of it.
No,
I'm just simply sitting in this room.
exactly. But yeah, if I could think that I'm just sitting in the room and be okay with that, but my mind is saying, I'm sitting in a room, so what's next? Or
Yeah, but you can be okay with that as well. It's
exactly.
when you're not okay with it. It's when you're not okay with it.
So is it being okay, not being okay? Because if I was okay not being okay, I think I might be okay about it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
sure.
I'm not okay not being okay about it because I
Yeah,
want it to be something else.
yeah, yeah. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the weight. That's
But
the
that
weight.
problem is also it.
It is, but it's still a problem.
It is still a problem.
I don't
But
like to sort of just like become non-dual speak.
yeah,
I don't want to be real as well. It's a pain in the ass for
it
people.
is a pain in the ass. But is
Yeah.
it a pain in the ass? Because if I spoke to another non-dual speaker, they would say, there's no you, there's no me,
Mm-hmm.
there's no United States, there's no Spain.
Yeah.
And that's totally confusing to me. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. How about I have no idea what's going on.
okay,
But it's nice not to have that weight of trying to get somewhere. So then when you're feeling angry, the weight of it is less.
right,
Because those things, you see, they don't conform to this idea of no me. They don't
exactly.
conform to it.
There's an idea of no me. That's why,
Yeah,
I
that's right. It's an idea. Why
exactly.
conform? Why conform?
Well, that's a good question, but weights, it depends on how you react to some things. I'm sure you would react differently than how I would react.
I have no idea.
No, right. But I put a lot of weight on how I react, or I don't know. And there's no reason behind it. I'm sure I'll never figure it out.
Yeah,
Or
I don't give a toss how I react.
no, no.
No,
But
just
I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
exactly. But I mean, if your husband or wife says, "Oh, I don't like how you're behaving. You should do this to change," I would put a lot of weight on that, and think about it all the time. And
Yeah, yeah. Rather than just going, are they right? Oh yeah, sorry.
yeah, exactly. But I don't know if I'm ready to deal with the consequences of changing my reactions of how I am.
Well, you either will or you won't.
Right. And nobody's in charge of that.
No, no one's in charge of that. No one's in charge of the sky being blue.
Okay. So then why would you go to therapy or a psychologist?
I have no idea. I wouldn't.
Okay. But some things are okay. Like
Yeah, I'm not
if
knocking it. If you need to go, you need to go. Like, I also never go to the doctors when I'm sick. So I
okay,
know I'm not a very good role model in there.
no.
Never look to me as some kind of role model, I'll tell you. It's not a
Right.
good idea. I give the worst advice, really, the worst.
Okay.
I just love life. That's it. I just
Yeah.
love life. I'm just fascinated by being alive. It's just
Were you
crazy.
always that way? Were you
A
always that?
little bit. A little bit, yes.
Okay. So I think maybe some of this is like you're born with it.
I don't know. No, I think no, everybody does. Well, they wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay.
I'm sure if someone put a pillow over your face and tried to suffocate you, you'd find out very quickly how much you loved life.
I hope it doesn't happen that way.
It's very unlikely. But you know, you get the point.
Yeah, but sometimes that's needed. You need a shock sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. But you
Yeah.
can't plan that either in life.
No, you can't plan anything. You can't plan getting older. You can't plan getting sick.
No.
You can't plan the weather.
No.
You can't plan the next thought.
And you can't plan your attitude towards those things because my attitude towards those things
No.
is what's causing me suffering, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's only you. You're doing it all.
Right.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Or is there?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Only you do. Only you know. Because why does everyone's reality have to be the same?
Well, I guess I'm dissatisfied because I'm comparing my reality to other people's, my perceived,
Aha.
my
Aha.
perceived, my perception of other people's reality.
Yeah, when there is no other people's reality. There is no.
There is no other people.
There's no other people's reality as far as you're concerned. There's other people, but not their reality, because you'll never, ever be in their reality. You don't even know even if it exists.
I don't even really know what it is.
No, I don't even know what this reality is. Never mind the possibility of there being someone else's reality.
But still, I'm searching for an ideal of how to be, and at the same time, it's not satisfying.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't bother looking at anybody else.
Yeah, I guess I wish I could just make my own rules and
Well,
stick by.
yeah, well,
You seem so at
yeah,
ease with life.
that's a kind of a rule. They're the rules. They're rules, you know. I mean, only you know. There's only you. There's only you sitting in that room. That's all there is. For you, I'm just a voice coming through the screen, and all these people here are pixelated faces.
Right. I'm still trying to figure this out through my head. I don't think
Ah,
it's a good tool for this because
no, it's
everybody
useless.
says don't use your head,
No, it's useless. It's useless. You'll never
but
work it
it's
out.
coming through my head. What you're saying is coming through my head.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, that's just your speakers. That's just the speakers. Yeah,
So that's why some people say you got to meditate, and
meditate.
I'm not a meditation person. I don't feel drawn.
Well, the thing is that everything that is here now.
Right. And
We're talking outside of what is. You're talking about outside. I need to meditate. It's like, what for? There's the idea that I need to meditate in order for something, but there's no in order for something. You're it. You're it.
Yeah, I guess I'm not satisfied with that, or I don't know what it is.
Well, no, nobody does. I don't know what
right
it is.
now, I feel very self-conscious, even being on camera. I never turned my camera on before because I still feel self-conscious, but I feel like I don't want to be judged, and yeah, I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, that's just a comparison thing. No one's judging you.
I don't know how to get away from that either, because it's a very uncomfortable feeling to
Yeah,
have.
you're just making it up.
Well, who is that?
You're making it up.
Yeah, but
Not
who
who.
is
Who? Oh no,
who?
that's such a cliche non-dual. Who's making it up? Who?
Oh,
You're making it up.
okay.
Well, what else is it?
Why? Some people would say there is no me. Some
It's,
non-dual
it's,
speakers.
it's, it's beside the point.
What is the point?
The fact that you're making all those stories up about people judging you, you're making it up because you just sat there in the room and nothing's happening to you. That's not got anything to do with who or know who or anything. Those are just like irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, but most of my life is irrelevant. Not, I don't want to say most of my life, but I mean the feelings that I have, the uncomfortable feelings are mostly irrelevant. When I go to work, when I interact with other people, you know, all these labels I put on myself. I don't know where they come from. I don't know. And at the same time, I can't do anything about it. I don't know.
It's all very
That's,
complicated. It's making it very complicated.
I know. Well, that's how I usually do things. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking to you. I'm looking for an answer.
You're not going to get one because it's already done.
Okay.
I know, it's terrible. It's so frustrating.
It is frustrating. I just wanted to get that out anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure no one's judging you. You have a nice face. You look like a
Thanks.
kind person.
Looks can be deceiving.
They can. You're a monster, really.
I don't know. I can be sometimes. I feel like it sometimes.
Oh, we all feel like that
Anyway,
sometimes.
Lisa,
Yeah. Well, it's nice to
I'll
speak
leave,
to you.
I'll leave it there. Thanks. Same
Okay.
thing.
Take
Same.
care. Oh, hang on. I'm not in the room. I am the room. Are you? You sure? I'm so naughty sometimes. I shan't apologize. But isn't there a me in the form of one's personal past? Well, there's thoughts. That's all I'll say about that. There's thoughts. Thoughts, there can be thoughts. Is there a me in that? No, there's just thoughts. A me can be included in the thoughts, but me is just a thought. Life made a form for its consciousness, and that's the body. Saying I am not the body is in just denying our reality. I don't know who says I'm not the body. I don't know whether I'm a body or not. I have no idea. It just is. I have no idea. I'd have to make some sort of some fairy tale or something. Even if I was in someone else's reality, that would be my reality. Otherwise, it wouldn't be me in their reality. Yeah, but yeah, that'd have to be two of you simultaneously meshed into one reality. Sounds like science fiction. Okay, we've got 5 minutes left.
Lisa, can I report something?
Sure.
Okay. like I wanna say that I was judging Eugene.
Oh, were you?
No, I'm just kidding. I just want to give him a hard time. No, but
Oh, poor
nobody's
Eugene.
judging him.
Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene, nobody's judging you.
No.
But no, I do have that same feeling he does. Like sometimes I feel like I get this and I don't care what I say and I don't care who thinks of me in what way. And then it moves to I watch myself become even more egomaniac. I sense like I'm being more of an egomaniac. So then it goes into then it goes into I piss people off sometimes and they think I'm being selfish. So then it goes back to now I'm caring what they think again because
Yeah.
I pissed them off. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? And then I have to start
Sure.
over. That's
Yeah.
just a report of what happens in my loop in my
Yeah.
brain.
It is a loop. It is a loop. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all piss people off. I piss people off all the time.
Yeah. And then I feel like it's because I'm being selfish or I'm being an egomaniac. And then I'm like, well, if I'm being an egomaniac, then I don't get it.
No, 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 no. We have a
But
world
just
full of snowflakes. It's fine. You're going to piss people off.
yeah. It's fun though, sometimes to watch all that shit in my head go everywhere.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
kind
like
of
I said
fun.
to Eugene, you look like I wouldn't be saying this if I thought you were some sort of like evil monster, but you look like a nice guy. And I'm
I'm
sure
not
that
I'm not a
your
nice guy.
pissing people off part is just like probably the same as everybody else's.
Yeah.
We
Not
piss each other off all the time. It's just, there's no point
yeah,
feeling guilty about it or remorseful. It just, you know,
right. Right. But then it tends to maybe it'll make my life a little better if I don't piss people around me off. So then it goes to
yeah,
the
well, good
extreme
luck with
opposite.
that.
Thank you, Lisa. We'll leave it there, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you. It was good.
Thank
It was
you.
good today. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, I probably pissed a few people off today. Don't care. When you fundamentally, some people are going to get pissed off no matter what you say. Even if you're the nicest person in the world. I used to know this woman. Honestly, she was so nice. It'd be like kicking a kitten to be nasty to her. But she still pissed people off just by being really nice. There's no winning with that, I'm afraid. You know. Okay, I got 2 minutes. Not sure what I can do in 2 minutes. I like these monthly meetings. I do Sunday meetings actually every week. But their subscription, they're a heady price of $2.50 a week. I know it's an astronomical amount, but that's how much it is. But you're very welcome to join, and they're quite different from this. This is nice as well because I get different kinds of people coming, which is nice. Everyone on the Sunday night is just so used to me. Yeah. We have a Zoom call as well every month as well. So on my website, which you can probably find on these guys' page, Nothing FM. So I just want to thank Nothing FM for having me again. And if you feel like throwing me a couple of euros for this hour, oh, thanks. Anyway, thanks, guys. Lots of love. Hopefully see you next time. Bye.